Think about the last time that you searched for something online. You probably clicked a result, read what you needed, and then moved on. And that's still how most searches work, and how most of your customers find you. But something is subtly changing. A growing number of people are starting to skip the click entirely. They're asking Google a question and getting an AI-generated result right at the top. They're going to ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude, and they're getting a recommendation, and sometimes that recommendation has a business name attached to it. And sometimes it's yours, but most of the time it's probably not. My name is Ronnie Knuckles. This is episode 6 of the SEO course that I put together to help you learn SEO. Today we're talking about how to create content that does two jobs at the same time. It connects with real humans who are already looking to book a dumpster, and it gets you cited, recommended, and surfaced by the AI tools that people are beginning to use every day. The businesses that figure this out now are the ones that are going to dominate this year and for years to come. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about why content matters so much right now. Think about your competitors. They're running the same game as you. They have dumpsters, they have similar pricing, they have trucks. You need to begin to separate yourself. And content is how you can do that very easily. When you publish a blog post or a service page, you're writing for two audiences simultaneously. Audience one is the human customer. This is someone who is on their phone, maybe they're standing in their driveway, trying to figure out what dumpster size they need for their clean out. They want a fast, clear, and trustworthy answer. They don't want to wade through 5 paragraphs of crap. They want to know, can you help me? Roughly how much is it going to cost me? And how do I order? Audience 2. This is for the AI and the search engines. Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and all of the other AI tools are constantly crawling the web looking for the best, most authoritative answers to questions. When someone asks an AI, what's the best dumpster rental company near me? Or what size dumpster do I need for a kitchen renovation? The AI pulls from content that it trusts. Here's the thing that a lot of business owners and marketing agencies fail to realize. Writing for humans and writing for AI are actually the same thing. AI is trained to value what humans value: clear writing, accurate information, specific answers to questions, and authority signals. So stop thinking about writing for SEO as some separate robotic process. Write genuine, helpful content for your customers. Structure it the right way, and you will win both audiences. And that's what we're going to get into in this episode. Not all content is created equal. So let me show you specific types of content that are going to drive in results for your home service-based business, whether it's dumpster rental, HVAC, roofing, whatever it might be. Content type 1, these are service pages. These are your workhorses. We talked about these in episode 5. So your 15, your 20-yard, your 30-yard pages, your residential and your commercial pages. These pages need to be written like they're answering a specific question. What is a 20-yard dumpster rental? And why do I even need one? Include what the dumpster is used for, the dimensions, the capacity, ideal projects it's used for, what not to put in the dumpster, and a clear call to action. This isn't just for Google. When an AI is asked, what can I fit in a 20-yard dumpster? It's going to pull the clearest, most specific answer that it can find. You want this page to be that answer. Content type 2, question-based blog posts. This is huge right now. And this is where you go after the questions that your customers are already typing into Google and asking AI chatbots. Now, here's a list of high-value examples for the dumpster rental industry. What size dumpster do I need for a kitchen remodel? How much does a dumpster rental cost in whatever your city is? What can you throw in a dumpster, and what you absolutely can't throw in a dumpster? How long can I keep the dumpster that I rent? Dumpster rental versus junk removal. Which one do you actually need? How to load a dumpster the right way. Now, each one of these target a real query and answer a real question. AI tools are getting asked these types of questions constantly. Content type 3, local content. And this is the stuff that a lot of your competitors almost never create, and it's a huge opportunity. So let's look at some examples. Dumpster rental for Louisville home renovations. What you need to know. Spring cleanout season in Jefferson County. What size dumpster should you order for that? Concrete and debris disposal rules in your city. This works because none of your big national competitors can write it authentically. You know your market, you know your local regulations, you know your local neighborhoods, and you know local timing. That local knowledge builds trust with humans, and it signals authority to AI tools looking for location-relevant content. So the next type of content is comparison content. Customers are comparison shoppers. There's no way around it. They want to make the right decision before they even call you. Give them that comparison up front, and they'll call you because you took the time to educate them. So here are some comparison content examples. 10-yard versus 15-yard versus 20-yard dumpster. Which size is right for your specific project? Renting a dumpster versus making multiple dump runs. Which one is going to save you more money? These posts rank well, they convert well, and are exactly the type of content that AI overviews love to surface. They answer the questions directly, and they are a decision stage question. Now, we're going to talk about how to write this content and what specific elements make it great for humans and for AIs at the same time. Rule number 1, answer the question fast. Don't bury the answer in paragraph 4 of your content. Humans hate that, and AI tools are trained to surface direct answers. If someone's reading, "What size dumpster do I need for a roof replacement?" and your first or second sentence should tell them, a 20-yard dumpster is typically the right size for most residential roof replacements. Then explain to them why. Give it some context. Lead with the answer, and then back it up with the detail. Rule number 2, use plain conversational language. Write like you talk. If a customer called you on the phone and asked you what size dumpster they needed, you wouldn't say something like, "Our inventory of waste containment solutions offers multiple cubic yardage configurations." You'd say something like, "Well, for a roof replacement, most people typically go with the 20-yard dumpster. It holds about 3 squares of shingles comfortably," and that's the tone that is going to help you win the job. Rule number 3, be specific and be local. Vague content ranks nowhere, and it's going to convince nobody. This is a bad example. We offer dumpsters for many types of projects in the local area. Here's a better example. Our 15-yard dumpsters are popular for both bathroom guts, single-room remodels, and garage cleanouts across the Louisville area. Being specific here builds trust with the humans and relevance with AI signals. Rule number 4, structure it for scanning. Most people don't read every detail. They just scan. So use this. Short paragraphs with 2 to 3 sentences max. Subheadings that preview what's going to come inside of the content. Bullet points for any kind of list. Bold text for key information. This isn't just good writing practice. AI tools are specifically trained to identify well-structured and organized content as the most authoritative. The next rule, include the details that AI loves. Overviews and chatbots are looking for specific data points that they can surface as answers. Make sure that your content includes things like dimensions, so the length, width, height of each of your dumpsters. Capacity comparisons. For example, how many pickup truck loads would fit inside of a 20-yard dumpster? Typical project types for each size. Weight limits. What materials are and aren't accepted. Any specific rental period details. When ChatGPT or Claude or Google get asked, "How many tons does a 20-yard dumpster typically hold?" the page with clear, specific answers gets cited. Again, you want these to be your pages. Now, here's where a lot of people freeze up. They know that they need to be creating content, but they don't know how much or how often they need to be publishing this content. And so instead, they just do nothing. So let's make it simple. So phase 1, we're going to build the foundation. This is the first 60 days. Before you worry about blogging or creating pages, make sure that your core service pages are done and they are done well. This obviously means things like your homepage, individual dumpster-sized landing pages for your 15, 20s, and 30-yard dumpsters. If you have other sizes, make sure those are included. Residential and commercial pages, location pages for every city. These pages are permanent, and they should be thorough, specific, and updated when your pricing or your service offerings change. When it comes to the service area pages, you don't need to go crazy. You don't need to put 30 or 40. I typically say 10 or less. That will get you a really good foundation and get you started. Phase 2, this is where you start publishing. This is month 3 and onward. Once your foundation is solid, start publishing 1 to 2 blogs per month. That's it. Don't overwhelm yourself. You don't need to. So here is an example of a 3-month content plan. Month 3, what size dumpsters do I need for a home renovation? Month 4, how much does a dumpster rental cost in whatever city that you're in? Month 5, what can and can't go into a dumpster? Month 6, dumpster rental versus junk removal. Which one of these is right for you? Again, these are kind of repeating some of the examples that I gave earlier. After 6 months of consistent publishing, you'll have a library of content that's working for you around the clock, and it's getting found on Google and being cited by AI tools, building trust with each new visitor. One thing that I want to be clear about is that content writing is a long-term game. A blog post that you publish today might not rank for 6 months, but when it begins to rank, it's going to work for you indefinitely. And that's different from the ad that you have to pay for every single month to keep it showing up. Think of content as real estate. Every piece you publish is an asset that you are building into the property. The more you build, the more valuable your property becomes, and the more valuable your online presence becomes. 1 good post per month beats 0 posts per month every single time. Don't let perfect be the enemy of getting things published. Okay, so we want to bring it home, and we want to give you an actual action plan that you can use to get things started after you watch this episode. Step 1 is going to be auditing your content. Go to your website right now. Do you have individual pages for each dumpster size? Do you have location area pages? Do you have a page that explains what customers can and can't throw into a dumpster? Do you have any blog posts or resource articles on the website? If you're missing this, these are your first priorities. Fill in the gaps before you begin to create anything new. Now, step 2 is going to be writing down the questions that you get asked. Not questions that you think that customers will ask. These are questions that you actually get asked by customers on the phone. Like, what size do they need? How much is it going to cost? How long can they keep the dumpster? And what happens when you pick up things like concrete or mattresses, or if you even have the ability to? You're going to take these questions and you're going to put them on your content calendar. Step 3, you're going to write your first blog post using the formula. Pick the most common question from your list. Write answers like you'd explain it to a customer on the phone. Lead with the answer and back it up with specifics. Keep it plain and keep it conversational. Structure it with subheadings and short paragraphs. You want to aim for somewhere between 400 and 600 words. This is not a novel. It's just a thorough and honest answer to the question. Step 4, you're going to commit to 1 post per month. Put it on your calendar right now. Pause the video, put it on your calendar right now. The first Monday of every month, write 1 blog post. That's 12 posts in a year, and that's a legitimate content library that's building your authority every single month. I want to leave you with this. 5 to 10 years ago, SEO was about gaming the algorithm. It was about stuffing keywords, building a ton of sketchy backlinks, and playing tricks. And that era is coming to a close. Today, the best SEO strategy is about being genuine, specific, and consistently helping your clients both in person and online. You want to write content that is actually answering their questions, and you want to be the most knowledgeable dumpster rental company in your market. When you do that, you're going to win with Google. You're going to win with AI. And most importantly, you are going to win with the customers, and they are going to begin to refer you. That is the game. Be genuine, be real. In a world of AI, people want people to be genuine. So leverage AI to become that. All right, so that is episode 6. You now know the different types of content that work and how to write for both humans and for AI. You know exactly how often to publish and how to build real authority in your market. You do have some homework. Remember, audit your existing content on the website against what we covered today. Write down 10 questions that your customers ask most and write your first or next blog post using the formula that I gave you here. Commit to 1 post per month going forward. In episode 7, we're going to get into the technical side of the SEO. Don't let that scare you. I'm going to show you the technical essentials that truly matter and how to handle them without needing a computer science degree. drop a comment, and tell me what's the number one question that your customers ask you on the phone. And that is your next blog post right there. Hit subscribe so you don't miss episode 7. We will see you in that episode. Let's keep building.